Look, the landscape of global business is literally shifting under our feet right now. Welcome to this executive briefing. Today, we're jumping straight into the massive tectonic shifts happening right at the intersection of technology, geopolitics, and enterprise strategy. Because as a leader, keeping up isn't just about skimming the morning news anymore, right? It's about fundamentally understanding the underlying forces that are reshaping your entire industry.
And I really want to set our baseline here. To lead effectively today, you absolutely have to understand everything from global tariffs all the way down to your own smartphone habits. Technology has permanently moved out of the IT department and is sitting squarely at the center of the boardroom table.
So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover geopolitics and tech sovereignty, the global AI arms race, demystifying enterprise AI, and finally, executive digital hygiene. Let's get into it. Section 1, Geopolitics and Tech Sovereignty, Navigating Tariffs and Nationalization.
Okay, I really want you to ask yourself this right now. Who actually controls your enterprise's digital infrastructure? Because if you're relying heavily on foreign technology, your access could be severed at literally a moment's notice. If a geopolitical conflict erupts tomorrow, could an overseas provider just revoke your access to crucial cloud services? It's a massive, massive enterprise vulnerability that we need to be honest about.
The post-pandemic world really woke up to the fact that depending entirely on a single overseas source, whether we're talking about medical masks or microchips, is a critical weakness. We are seeing this shift to nationalization happen in real time. Just recently, the UK nationalized a Chinese-owned steel factory specifically because it supplies their naval fleet. And on the flip side, US tariffs are forcing massive companies like Apple to completely rethink their manufacturing hubs to move away from total reliance on China. The borderless trade era is over.
Section 2, the global AI arms race, defense tech integration and geoeconomics.
This new era of nationalization is absolutely supercharging the global tech race. And this quote? This comes straight from the leadership over at Palantir. Modern tech monopolies recognize that their ultimate duty now is to serve national defense. The geopolitical battleground has decisively shifted from physical weapons to artificial intelligence.
And we are seeing these tech giants deeply integrate with military contracts. The Pentagon recently locked in agreements with 8 major tech players. But what's really fascinating here is who was left out of the room. Anthropic, a major AI player, was excluded because they drew strict ethical red lines around the military use of their software. So the message is crystal clear. If you want a seat at the highest tables of government, tech neutralism, yeah, it's kind of dead as a viable business model.
Now, if you think this is purely an American phenomenon, look at this number. That is 27 billion euros, with a B. Despite all the public political posturing about peace, major European investment funds and banks have quietly poured a staggering 27 billion euros into defense tech companies. The financial world knows exactly where the future lies, completely regardless of the PR. So, breaking down the global AI warfare, we see 2 completely different playbooks. The U.S. approach relies on massive, incredibly energy-hungry, closed systems. We're talking billions in investment, some even requiring their own nuclear power sources. Meanwhile, competitors like China are weaponizing cheap, highly capable open-source models like DeepSeek to completely undercut that U.S. economic model. It's a highly strategic, direct assault on the balance sheets of Western tech giants.
Section 3, demystifying enterprise AI. Moving from hype to utility and liability. Okay, let's strip away all the noise and sci-fi magic for a second and look at what this actually means inside your enterprise walls. AI is simply incredibly capable software that is utterly dependent on the data it's fed. Honestly, it's just really smart software. It doesn't have a mind of its own. It predicts patterns based entirely on the history you give it. If you feed it an empty database, it literally can't do anything. So to drive true business value, leaders have to stop focusing on generic internet-trained tools like your standard ChatGPT. Your real competitive advantage lies in investing in specialized models built securely on your own corporate data. I mean, think about it. A pharmaceutical company shouldn't rely on an AI guessing from random internet forums, right? It needs an AI trained strictly on its proprietary clinical trials. And please remember this. AI bias is a mirror. It's not a glitch. When an AI exhibits bias, like we've seen in U.S. judicial predictions, it is merely reflecting the historical human biases already present in the training data. The software isn't inherently prejudiced. It's just showing us exactly what we've been doing all along. I absolutely love this analogy because it's perfect for understanding enterprise liability. If an AI makes a fatal error in your hospital or maybe denies a perfectly legitimate loan at your bank, it is your organization's legal fault, not the software's. You can't stand in front of a judge and blame the algorithm. As an executive, the buck stops with you. Section 4. Executive Digital Hygiene. Leadership Habits in a Noisy World. Because managing a modern enterprise effectively, well, that starts with managing your own digital habits. Let's talk about the sheer flood of information you receive daily. Fake news has literally been around since the Roman Empire, so your best defense today is applying rigorous common sense and strictly verifying the authority of whoever is sending you the information. If you get a groundbreaking AI report, did it come from a leading research center or some random social media account? Verify the source, always. You've got to treat your data like currency. Just like you wouldn't give a random furniture store your zip code at checkout for absolutely no reason, do not give away your enterprise or personal data without a guaranteed return on investment. And on the flip side, as a company, you should only be collecting the exact data from your customers that you strictly need to serve them better. Now let's talk about time. If you are losing 2 hours a day scrolling endlessly through algorithm-driven short videos, that is a severe drain on your most valuable asset, your time. Treat your attention span with the exact same rigor you treat your company's capital. Honestly, the absolute highest ROI executive decision you can make in this scenario? Just be brave and ruthlessly delete the application. And when it comes to projecting your own thought leadership, you must protect your voice from the unpredictable whims of platform billionaires. A single policy change on a major social network can wipe out your entire audience overnight. Poof, gone. Utilize tools like Substack or direct email newsletters to own your audience directly, rather than just relying on rented social media space. Finally, as we look at the evolution of these tech giants shaping our world, remember this dynamic. While visionaries invent the future, think Steve Jobs, it is the pragmatic operators, like Tim Cook, who actually build the enterprise value and generate the massive profits in the aftermath. The next wave of AI isn't just about the visionaries inventing it. It's about the operators in your business figuring out how to pragmatically and profitably deploy it. So, I want to leave you with this final thought to spark your next boardroom discussion. Ask yourselves, are you just renting access to the future through third-party tools? Or are you actively building a sovereign digital foundation that no global shift can ever take away from you? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope this briefing gives you the clarity you need to lead boldly in this new digital age.